On BBC One, Better Badminton deals with level doubles.
Four people on court, there's less space available. A doubles match is very much a fast tactical battle, as each pair manoeuvres for an opening. Good understanding between partners becomes vital in playing successful doubles. So let's have a look at the basic combinations which are involved. On court, as well as Ray Stevens and Paul Wetnell, we've got one of England's top men's doubles pairs, Dave Eddy and Ed Sutton. And here we have a typical example of men's doubles. Both pairs side by side in the mid-court, slugging it out. Now we have the attacking formation, one player smashed from the back, and a front man ready to hit down and attack there. The opponents are side by side in defence. It's a basic attacking defence formation. Now let's show you how to play doubles. Here's the doubles court, bounded by the outer lines. On the doubles court we have the serving area. Goes from the front service line, the back service line and the outer line. Most important in doubles is the positional play of the players, for this is very much an attacking game. So we'll show you the positions from the serve. Have the server ready to serve. In the forecourt, server's partner stands behind in the mid-court. Closer up. The receiver stands in the forecourt ready to attack the shuttle, and his partner stands in the mid-court behind him. The two serves we use basically, the low serve into the forecourt and the high serve to the rear court. When the low serve comes, the receiver can attack it and hit down to the sides of the mid-court, or he can leap back and smash it down from the rear court. What we'll do now is go on court and show you the serve and the replies to the low serve and the flick serve. Right, Dave will show you how to attack the low serve in the forecourt. Ready to serve. Ready? Now we'll show you the flick serve to the rear court, and then this one, the player often has to go back very quickly and sometimes jump to smash it down. Ready to serve? Alert stance. Let's just take another look at the four players on the court ready for the serve. Later on, we'll be showing you the positions on court, looking at them from this angle. But for now, we'll show you the positions of the players from the same angle, but using a plan of the court. And just to remind you, we'll show you the serving positions. First player ready to serve, the shuttle. Partner stands in the mid-court behind him. Receiver ready to attack the serve, with his partner in the rear mid-court behind him. We have shown you two attacking replies to the low serve and the flick serve. Now let's concentrate on the low serve. Here the receiver can make three replies. The first one is to hit the shuttle down to the mid-court past the server, which brings the server's partner in, ready to meet the reply in the mid-court. Right, ready to serve. The second reply is when the shuttle is just below the level of the net. Receiver comes in, flicks the shuttle off the top of the net towards the rear court, and again the mid-court man gets ready to smash down. Ready to serve? And finally, another reply when the shuttle is below the level of the net, the receiver can send the shuttle into the forecourt and then stand and threaten, which forces the server to lift and allows the receiver's partner to smash down the reply. Remember, doubles is a fast attacking game. And when you serve, you have to hit the shuttle up over the net with an opponent poised ready to spring forward and smash it down. So it's most important to keep the serve low. Now remember the trajectory of the low serve. It passes close to the net and falls quickly into the forecourt. Of course, if you serve low every time, the receiver will be ready and can attack. So the server must be prepared to flick it over the receiver's head. And he does it with this sort of trajectory. Right, now we'll show you how to perform the flick serve. On court, to assist our regular ladies, we have Barbara Sutton, England international doubles player. And at this end, we have Karen Puttick, also England international doubles player. Karen will serve to Barbara. Again, prepares. Now, if we always did flick serves, the opponent would anticipate them and move back much earlier, so occasionally we throw in the low one. The thing about the serving action for the flick serve up and the low serve is that it looks identical, so the opponent is kept guessing. Now let's see if you at home can tell which serve Karen's going to do this time. One more. The flick serve is played as an attacking move to get the shuttle past the receiver into the rear court. Nevertheless, it does give the receiver a chance to attack it and hit it down. So the serving side must take up defensive positions, they do here, to guard against the attack in the mid-court. The receiver's partner in the mid-court has several jobs to do. He must cover all replies from the receiving side now in the forecourt to the sides or the centre, and any loose shots which come down the sides to the mid-court or the centre of the mid-court, he will attack and hit down there. So we have the classic attacking formation with one player at the back and one at the front, and the defensive formation, which is the sides position as we see it on the board. So what we'll do now is return to the court, and I think it will become much clearer if we see it in actual action. We'll show you several examples now of the attacking defensive formation, with the two Karens at this end taking up the sides defensive position and Nora and Barbara at the far end attacking. Karen to serve. Sides defence. Nora immediately moves into the forecourt, ready to attack. Again. Sides and the kill from the attacking formation. Now I'll show you this from the backhand court. Kill from the attacking side in the front and back formation. Sides defence, block, kill. So we see after the flick serve, we take up the attacking formation, back and front formation, and the defensive sides position. Now in men's doubles, we usually smash to the sides of centre of the mid-court, or drop to the sides of centre of the forecourt. In ladies doubles, the clear is also effective. So one lady could hit a high clear over the head of the opponent to the rear court, to send her back to the rear court far away from the net. Immediately her partner comes into the mid-court, take up the front position, and this side return to defensive position, side by side. So the players continually changing position from the attacking formation to the defensive formation. Defence and attack. Attack, defence. To summarise, The rear man takes on certain jobs. He makes the rear court moves, which in men's doubles are usually the smash and the drop, and in ladies' doubles the clear as well. The job of the front player is to attack the shuttle in the forecourt and the mid-court. And in men's doubles it's best to try to hit down as much as possible. In ladies' doubles, the clear being an effective attacking shot can be used more often. In Britain, we seem to play more doubles than anything else. It's almost all doubles in club matches, and in these games, experience and local conditions can make a tremendous difference. Since badminton began, clubs have had to put up with low beams and inconveniently placed boilers and poor lighting. One club, in a remote corner of Britain, has an even more acute problem, as Bernard Adams reports.
Stretching out into the English Channel west of Bournemouth is a narrow, shingly strip of land. Some winters, this part of Dorset makes the headlines when the sea forgets its proper boundary and invades the houses and streets of Portland. Near the end of the peninsula, on higher ground, you can find one of the most picturesquely sited and also one of the smallest badminton halls in the country. Whatever the merits of the United Reformed Church Hall as a meeting place, it was not designed with badminton in mind, although it's the home of a thriving club. Over the years, the club's members have remained undeterred by the conditions. Mr. Masters, badminton has been played in this hall for nearly 50 years under rather difficult conditions. What exactly is wrong with the court?
Well, we who play here don't really think there's much wrong, but a little while ago the powers that be in the league we belong to insisted that we do something about the court because we'd had a few minor complaints. The biggest complaint is the fact that our court itself is in fact 2 feet short at either end from the back baseline. There should be another one here. What they asked us to do, in fact, was to put in a second baseline to give us a proper base to make the game more efficient. The other real difficulty is to play a clearing shot either from underhand or, in fact, if your racket comes back for a clear or a smash from here, you can easily see what's going to happen.
The locals are used to their short court, but what's the reaction of opposing clubs when they come to play a match?
In some ways I'd prefer not to answer that one, but by and large they tolerate us. We find that with very few exceptions we're a very friendly league, and although most of the first-class players who come don't really like it, they put up with it because they know that they can get us on a much larger court when we play away.
Despite all these difficulties, you have produced some good players here, haven't you?
We've had some very, very good players in the past. We've had several county players, and we've even got some county champions at the moment amongst the juniors.
In doubles, although positional play is important, you also have to be able to play the strokes at speed, and to do this requires practice. So here are some basic practices for the various situations you might meet in the rear court, mid-court and the forecourt in doubles. First, let's take the rear court, where you can play the clear, drop and the smash. This is a typical doubles practice, one side attacking and the other side defending. Simple preparation and the hit down. The smash can be hit with the feet on the ground or off the ground. Very enjoyable jumping to smash, but it's a good tactical move. Hits it down with a steeper angle to get below the opponent's defence. Right, it's most enjoyable doing the jumps now, so we'll show you how to do it. First of all, practice jumping. Just hold the racket in front in the bedding position and jump up and down on the spot. Land lightly. Try and get more height each time. Now we start jumping and preparing the racket ready to hit. Jump, prepare, land. Prepare, land, prepare, land. Now all we do, we add the hit to the movement. So it's jump, prepare, hit, land. And repeat that several times. And jump, hit, and hit, and hit. Very energetic. Exhausting too. When you can practice that, you can do it at home in the garden, or in a free space. Then go on court, get your partner to feed you some shuttles up into the mid-court, and just jump up and try and knock them down so you can hit them with more and more force. Quite easy to learn. Well, that was the rear court player. Now let's take a look at the mid-court player. He's got to learn to block back the smash or clear it to the rear court. We showed you these in an earlier programme. But also he's got to try and learn to return the smash hard and flat, just above net level. Like this. Both players stand in the mid-court and stroke the shuttle softly to each other. Face on. Racket head up between each shot, returns to the centre of the body. And then when they get the control, they start doing this at speed until they're slugging it out with each other. That was the mid-court player. Now let's take a look at the forecourt player, who has the job of intercepting when possible and taking the shuttle early at the net to hit it either at the opponent's or the ground. We showed you the kill at the net in an earlier programme. So now we'll show you how to do it in a doubles rally practice. Here we have a typical rally situation from the forecourt. Front man stays with his racket head up. Try and take the shuttle at speed close to the net. Partner in the rear court keeps him fed, hitting the shuttle to skim the net. Now let's see all those moves and positions we've learned put together in a game. Look at the receiving position for the serve now. Good smash. Look at the front man ready to cut off the fly. Now on defence. Attacking formation from the other's pair. And the kill from the net. Next week we'll be looking at the subtle art of mixed doubles, a game which uses similar moves to level doubles but with intriguing variations. Before that, let's look back again, this time to the 1930s, when at last badminton had begun to attract the attention of the newsreel cameras.
Denmark, chiefly by an Ulsterman, Major J.D.M. McCallum, who was for 50 years organiser of badminton in Northern Ireland.
He formed a club called the Strollers, a wandering side, and he took them all over the place to various parts of England, and he took his Strollers to Denmark, demonstrated the game. The Danes took to it, liked it, formed a club or two of their own, and from there they went on.
Mrs. Betty Huber, now one of the great names in world badminton, went on such an expedition early in her career. At that time, the Danes provided little opposition.
I was playing with Bill White in the mixed doubles, and he put me into serve. And I served through the first set and through the second set. We never dropped a service, and the Danes thought it was absolutely marvellous.
In the home internationals, Ireland had a powerful team but could never quite manage that elusive first victory against England.
The men, by and large, did very well in the matches against England, and there were some very close matches. But our ladies were not quite the same calibre.
One of Devlin's partners on the Irish side was a tall player with a very powerful smash, Ian McConaughey. He puts down Ireland's failures to lack of organisation more than anything else. He remembers well the first time he was asked to play for his country.
I simply got a letter to say present myself in London at the Royal Horticultural Hall. No partner and nothing what I was to play or anything, so I duly turned up at the Horticultural Hall. I learned reading the paper on the way down that I was playing with a chap called Biscoot. Well, I knew of him as a very good cricketer who played for Somerset, who lived in London. I thought his qualifications to play for Ireland must be a little bit sketchy, to say the least. Well, I didn't see him in the changing room. In fact, when our match was called, my first view of my partner in the international match was actually on the court. So there's no question of discussing tactics. He was a bit older than I was, and he said, "Can you run?" And I said, yes, I think I can run. He said, all right, you do the running, he said, and I'll do the rest. Well, I think I must have run 3 or 4 miles round that damn court that day. Anyway, we won the only match that Ireland won against England.
As badminton's old guard retired, fine new players like Donald Hume came to the fore.
Donald Hume was my partner, of course. I played an awful lot with him, and we used to win, well, practically all the mixed doubles. We used to mop them all up. He was a marvellous player. He was so fast. He was the fastest thing I've ever seen on the court.
Hume partnered Bill White to make a powerful doubles combination.
They were a very, very aggressive doubles pair, and I have always been convinced that had their heyday been after the last war, when the Danes and Malaysians were beginning to monopolise things, they could have held their own.
In singles, Ralph Nichols took 5 All-England titles in the late 30s. In the 1936 final, under the benevolent eye of Sir George, he just beat Bill White 18-16, 17-18, 15-10. In the same year, Ralph and his brother Leslie won the first of their 3 All-England doubles titles. At her home in Bournemouth, Mrs. Huber has a cabinet full of trophies collected over 20 years of top-level play. When she played her 50th consecutive game for England without being beaten, she was given a silver cigarette case as a tribute from her fellow players. Looking at today's international players, how do you compare them with the players of your own day?
$1 million question, isn't it? I think the singles players are more athletes than we were. They're trained better. And I think that although the singles game is a game of skill, it's also a game of stamina, very much so. And I think possibly they're probably better than we were. But the doubles game, I don't think that they're as good as we were in our days. We were more skillful.
Frank Devlin is just as confident.
I think, to be completely honest, I don't think I have seen any player that I would have been afraid of.